All right, what's up, guys? My name is Magic. If this is your first time coming here, my name is also Kizzer, whatever you prefer. I make filmmaking videos and I make content videos on my main channel, The Content Project. This channel is specifically for gaming videos and creating helpful tips and instructional guides, kind of, to try to hopefully help you make better content and better techniques for your videos that you're going to be posting on YouTube, TikTok, and everywhere else other than Twitch. So I've been talking to a lot of creators and streamers, and I've been seeing a lot of their TikToks, and I feel like this video is a really good place to start with this channel, which is trying to create a really simple guide to creating clean and structured TikTok videos. And I don't mean structured as what the content is, I mean structured as visually structured. How to truly use the vertical format for your TikTok videos and not where there's like a lot of emptiness or a lot of dead space, even if you're trying to fill it somehow. First things first, to note is you guys can have whatever editing program that you prefer. I prefer Resolve. If you're starting off to edit, I recommend Resolve simply because it's free. If you have Final Cut that you've already bought or you already pay for Adobe, sure, you use that. But a big piece of advice is if you're trying to get into content creating, the big thing you need to do is try to create an environment so that you can sustain it long term. And a part of that is reducing your costs. And so if you can use an editing software that's cheap or it's free, then I recommend that. So if you've paid for Final Cut Pro already, and I think that's a one-time payment, then that's great. The Resolve Lite version is free. Adobe, you have to pay for it monthly. It's a great program, but I think that's a huge downside for any content creator that's trying to sustain something long-term. So once you open your Resolve, you'll come to this screen. You just click on Untitled Project. So here, all we're going to do is click Import, and then we're just going to find the clip. In my case, it's in my storage, in my OBS captures, and it's this one. This is just a trial I did when I was trying to change my NVIDIA filters. I wanted to see if display capture worked, so I did this quick trial. Once you click it in, you just click change. This will copy in a lot of the frames per second and all that other stuff. You don't really have to change that for now. Like, you might have to change that later on, but we'll discuss that in a future video. So you just drag that in. So once you drag it in, you just kind of move to edit, and then this is kind of where you trim the footage out. So what you want to do now is just, if you know your clip already, then you just kind of want to go to the places you want to crop out, you want to cut out, and this little thing right here is the edit tool. The first thing you want to get really used to is the shortcuts. Shortcuts really speed up your process. Like, I never go here, I just click B. And in B, then it kind of shows the blade tool. So I can just click this, and then I click A, which is the select mode. So you can just click A for that, click this, and then this is the other thing to know is the delete key kind of magnetizes the footage. So for instance, this is going to be easier to see. So if I wanted to delete like a section here, you click B, you press A, click on that, and then if I click delete, it kind of magnetizes. The issue is if there's anything below or above, it also removes that, or it shifts that all over as if everything needs to go back. So sometimes that's not really beneficial. The other way to remove it without doing any of that is backspace. So you want to remember that the two ways to remove footage, because you're going to be using both. Just Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Okay, so if I just want to use a random section, delete, and then I'll just use like a minute of this, which is fine. Even 50 seconds, honestly. Let me just kind of finish this kind of route. 6 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that's cool. So this is going to kind of be my clip. Okay, you see this? This is the zoom in and out. So if you want to get really into the details of like the specific frame you want to zoom this in. And if you want to do out of it, then you want to zoom this out. So right now what we want to do is just zoom out. And the benefit of this, what this little tutorial that I'm showing you is, you're gonna just have to do this once, and then the second time you're creating a TikTok clip is gonna be much easier. So what we want to do now is we just want to duplicate this. So just press Control C. You kind of just get ahead in the timeline. Just click anywhere ahead, and then press Control V. If you did Control V here, it just kind of goes over it. So you wanna make sure to get ahead of it, so that when you press Control V, it kind of pastes from where you are in the timeline. So Control V, and it'll get ahead of it. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we go to the second clip, you right click it, and you see all these options. All we want to worry about is the link clips. What link clip does is it's the link between like when you bring in a clip, it's linked to the audio, right? It shows you all the audios, all the audio layers that it's linked to. And sometimes you can link video footages as well. But if there's like 2 or whatever it is, and you wanna keep them synced for whatever reason, you can link those as well. You can just highlight those and click link clips. We want to unlink this because we don't want 2 separate audios. We just want this video footage for the camera. What we also want to do is now that we're here and we have our video footage, we're gonna adjust the and we should have done this before, but we're gonna adjust the aspect ratio. So the aspect ratio for TikTok is the opposite of what normal aspect ratio is. So it's vertical. And in this case, what we're going to do is we just go to File, Settings, and you see this, we just flip this. If your resolution is higher, I don't recommend going higher than just the standard HD. You don't really need anything higher than that. If you are shooting at like 2K or whatever it is, just keep it down to this. It'll keep your computer relaxed. It won't need to work as hard. So you just flip that, you press save, and then you get this. Now we're going to get to work. So the big thing is the top layer is the footage and the bottom layer is the camera. That's key thing to remember. So the first thing we're going to do is the top footage. We're going to figure out, like you kind of want to, like the big method to this madness is you want to zoom in, but you don't want to zoom in this much. And then you don't want to zoom in a little bit and then have dead space here. Does that make sense? So what I like to do is figure out the least zoom in that I need. So like that, the camera is a little too big. I want the footage to be like 66% of the frame, roughly. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I'm like, okay, well, let's figure out a place where the footage is like 66% of the screen. Like that's a little too big. That's a little bit better. Yeah. So you see, I like that. And then what you also want to do is just figure out the positioning. So the X axis. You don't want to see any of the thing, right? So you kind of just any of the camera. So you just kind of go like this. And then, but I know some people's OCD is going to kind of make it where like they need the center to be in the center. So then you can also just do that. All right. That's cool. Now what we're going to do is, what you can do is to see it clear. You can just disable this video track for a second. So that's just disabled. You can't see it. Now you click back on this. So now what we're going to do is scale this a lot. So scale it probably up to like a 4 roughly, and then just drag the X-axis to the left side and then drag the Y all the way up. Okay. All of this else is going to get hidden. So you just want to make sure that the camera size is big. I personally like to make it so that like I can't see the side. I can't see this, like the border, because this is not Twitch. So usually I just don't like to see it. That's a personal thing, preference. And that's cool. Okay, so that size is pretty good. Now if we bring it back, we get a sense of, okay, so you see, now we can make the video thing a little smaller, or what we can do is drag this video a little thing up. Like, I think that works. But personally, I think that the video, the actual gameplay is a little too big. And whenever I get a chance to make my gameplay a little smaller just to make it a little bit closer to what it actually is, I'm going to do that. So we're going to do this. We're going to drag this, and then we're going to make the thing a little bit bigger. Okay. A lot of these settings are personal preference. If you want to make it half-half, if you want to make it if you don't have video and you have like a map that's important to your game or whatever else you're playing, then you can do that, and you can make your gameplay a little bit more zoomed in, and you can have like a map there or something like that. You can do whatever you want. This kind of like zoom in feature is kind of it's like weirdly masking but not masking. It's doing the same feature as masking without actually needing to mask. If those of you know what masking is. So you kind of get this. Now you can also add other things, like you can put in like text. If you want to put in text, you can just add like a basic text on top. Just drag that. You need to zoom in to drag sometimes. Yeah, so you see, just drag that all over. And then you can kind of just click settings here. And then you can change where the text is. So you can just like put it here. You can go back to title, make the size a little smaller. Just you can drag this instead of dragging that. And then you can just change the text to at whatever, like my thing is MxgicArtistry, and then on. And then you can adjust this, so you can make it a little smaller. You can change the color to like red. Okay. And like you can change the font, do whatever you want. You can play with a lot of these settings. You don't you don't have to go to the settings here. You can just do this. You can align it where it's like that or like that. Font case all capital in case you don't want to like change while you're inside. And yeah, and then you can play with it. And so now what we'll do is we're just going to skip to deliver. And so what I do is I just go to h.264 master. All you want to make sure is you want to make sure the video is clicked. You want to make sure the audio is clicked. And you want to just make sure it is the stereo. So then what we do is you click browse. You want to have a folder for it. Something that helps when you're making TikToks is you want to do all of the work on one day and then just release all the clips. I mean, obviously there's times where like you'll be streaming on a Monday and you're like, oh, this is incredible, I want to post it today. Yeah, sure. You could just work on that. But typically for those that don't have a lot of time, just pick a Sunday or whatever it is, pick one day and you just work on all your TikToks for the week. So where I put a lot of my stuff is 2020 content creation, gaming, TikTok, and then I kind of put a lot of my stuff here. So I would like write, I don't know, TikTok clip test, I don't know, something like that. And then you just add it to your render queue, and then you click render all. I'm not going to render it, but that's what you would do. Now, this is the part that I like about this. Now, so you want to make sure you're saving this project. You want to save it. What I save it at is just TikTok clips. Okay. Now, next time you're opening it, it's going to show you this. So if you're dragging in another clip, so you go to your files, you would drag in another clip here, and then you bring it down, and it'd be like this, right? Now you can literally just look at it and just copy the numbers exactly and not have to do any of the fidgeting that took you like 15-20 minutes. This process, other than literally, you can just be like, all right, clip ends here. Again, that part takes longer, but I'm just trying to show you. Control C, like it would be here, Control C, you just go to the end, Control V. You have those two, you just unlink this, you bring this on top, you delete the audio, and then literally you just be like, all right, 2.24, you just go here, you go 2.24, 35 and negative 302, 35, negative 302, okay? And then you go to the bottom one, you go 4.98, and then you go 4.98. Like you get it. Like you get the point, right? Like you just kind of go through it and it just does it by itself. And it's like super easy. And then what you do is you just literally just delete this and then you just drag this and then you render it and you save it. And then you can do that for your next clip. And so you'll always have those numbers down and it'll always be super easy for you to just go through the process and quickly put out a TikTok clip. That's going to be it for this video. If you did like, please smash that like button. If you enjoyed this video at all, if you want to see more of the stuff, you can click the subscribe button, press that bell notification. You'll see whenever I next upload. I'm going to try to stay a lot more consistent, hopefully post at least one video a week. If you want to see any of my streams, you can go to Twitch. I'm going to be streaming irregularly, but we will be streaming. So you can go to MxgicArtistry. It'll be below. If you want to see any filmmaking content, you can go to the Connie Project channel. We'll be posting there regularly every Monday. Yeah, that's really about it. You can follow my other socials as well. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you put out any TikTok videos or you're using my little guide, send it to me on Twitter or tell me your TikToks like below. I'll check you guys out. Peace.